Here in London, we see one of the world's most iconic football venues, Wembley Stadium. And since 2007, it's welcomed the NFL to stage some American football contests as well. Welcome in, everyone. Kate Scott back here on the call for you for this one. I'm sure a lot of people in attendance watching from home, probably. I'll tell you one thing, we've got a sideline down there ready to dispel that eye test.
Well, all that talk before the game is just that. Talk. You can look at past performance. You can look at metrics. You can spin any numbers you want. But we're about ready to kick this thing off. And from there, it's anybody's game.
Ready.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Going play action here. Brissett going deep right away. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Brissett with it on first. Jones reels it in. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Brissett now on 1st and 10. He finds Johnson. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
Let's go now.
Jones. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
They're lining up on the doorstep. 2nd and goal from inside the 1. Gonna keep this one and go. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Bengals take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. That one splits the uprights. And the Bengals will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, so they're going to send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Line. You never, ever want to go backwards, have such a negative play, but now you got to flush it and quickly move on.
Trying again, following the sack. His first throw is an interception. And the Bengals take over at the start of the red zone. He's tackled right at the 20. Well, for their sake, partner, I sure hope the rest of their pass attempts this game go a whole lot better than that, because it is pretty clear this defense came to play.
And I can promise you this, Kate, nowhere on that opening script does the word interception ever appear. You never want to see an INT. Now they're going to have to flush it. That's the key here for this quarterback.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out, and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. For that defense, it puts a sack on the board.
Neighbors with the catch. And he's going to take this in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. The Bengals pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Malik Neighbors with a touchdown. Lining up now to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bengals drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Come on. The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. He made it 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know. And you may come back to it, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really broke the pace of the defense.
And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. It's a pickup of 11. And that's going to give the Dolphins a first down. 19, out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to manage a lone yard on that drive up the gut. Stopped by Foye Oluoku. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Back to throw. That pass is complete to Kelsey. And he has this one past the 50 and will start downhill into Bengals territory. The rookie out of Colorado, the one to bring him down. And time runs out.
Guys, shut them down.
Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Dolphin football as we begin. They have 3rd and 4 to start out. He'll get this to Jefferson. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
They'll run here on first down. And a little space is all he needed to reach that 35-yard line. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
Setting up a throw. Forced out to his right. That's completed right side. And take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins start to fight back with their first points of this game. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Check the kicker, guys. Give him some time. Gimme. Make that kick.
Extra point attempt coming up. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Dolphins chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
On the jump.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Ready, set.
We've hit the 2-minute warning now in Britain. And it's the Bengals who have 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, Brissett. For big yards on the right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And it sets up a Cincinnati 1st down. Able to find Jones. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Second and 3 now.
Here we go.
From the 29. Gets this to Johnson. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the 6. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Brissett. Buys time, rolling right. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Come on. Hey.
Back to the air, Brissett. On the move, headed right. He's going to keep it this time. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
1st down from the red zone. Getting out to his left.
Well, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane. Just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those 2, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Operating from the gun, Brissett. And the Dolphins are there to bring him down. And that sack that'll cost them some yardage.
Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Brissett. This throw is caught. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Now the Dolphins call a timeout. It's their 1st. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Field goal unit coming on. Looks like the Bengals will settle for 3. A very short kick here.
Until he sees it's up and good.
The kicking team out there now for the Bengals, and they're going to send this away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 19 seconds remain in our opening half. Let's see what they do with it. They go play action on first. Isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And a big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. 2 quarters to go from London Town, and here we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Airing it out to start this drive. Escapes the pocket. He can run it. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Let's go now.
From the 36. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Here's a throw. He's on the move. That one's complete over the middle. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Chased out to his right. He's running with it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an wall. Especially in a situation like that. It's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep it moving forward.
2nd and 1. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, that's when he chalked up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Throwing from the gun here. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
Completed to his running back. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. 3rd and just 2 to go. Back to throw now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle in your mind, and now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game.
Miles west of downtown Dallas, one of the league's grand settings, AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Good to have you with us. Mike Tirico and Greg Olson with you. You know, partner, fantasy football doesn't take into account the guys close to the football, the guys at the line of scrimmage. This is one where our eyes are going to be focused on that battle in the trenches all game long.
Mike, it doesn't matter if it's Pee-wee football, middle school football, or NFL football. You can only do offensively what your offensive line allows you to do. And I think that's exactly the case for both of these teams here today. They are going to win or lose based on the ability of gaining an advantage in the offensive defensive line. So I think we're going to see downhill run game. I think we're going to see play action pass. And the team that's able to impose their will up front along the trenches, I think that's going to be the team that finds himself at the end of this one coming out with the win.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend. So give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete. Based on the routes downfield, it looked like the protection was designed to give the quarterback a little bit more time to wait for things to uncover downfield. So give credit up front to the defensive line. Immediate pressure early speeds up the quarterback's clock. He's got no choice than to get rid of it, probably a little bit earlier than he would have preferred.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
Third down is the down that pass rushers live for. More often than not, they know it's a passing situation, and they get to just pin their ears back and go. Here early in this game, they're able to bring down the quarterback, and I got a feeling this won't be the last time.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Here's 2nd and 6.
Come on.
Hill drops the throw. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. And they'll have it across midfield, down at the opposing 46-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll maneuver his way down to the 44. Jonathan Allen, the big man from the interior, with the stop. They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time, but contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Great pass rushers live for 3rd down, especially when they know the offense has to be one-dimensional. And this is a great example here, Mike. They can just pin their ears back and go. They know there is no threat for run. It is a must-pass situation, and for this offense, they're lucky it didn't result in a sack.
Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his receiver. It's Jones. And he will score. Touchdown, Dolphins. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Seven 0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Herbert. This one intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field.
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and as we look at this matchup, every time there's something different to focus on. So I'll just ask you, what do you see here in this one?
Well, Rembrandt, you've given me a pretty blank canvas to focus on, haven't you?
Yeah.
Where do you think I'm going to go with this?
Oh, secondary?
You know me well, right? In a game like this, it's always about the secondary. Can they handle the passing attack and make a few plays?
Ready for football now on a sunny Florida afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Oh, and a nice return, but he takes a big shot at the end of it. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. A play fake. Now McNabb. That'll be caught right side by the rookie receiver. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
They go play action. It's McNabb. And a Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. There's Sam Hubbard that time in there to bring him to the ground.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Up the middle, it's Peterson. Call it a pickup of 7 on the ground. That trims it to a 3rd and 15 situation. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Now that's all about making something happen as a quarterback, because instead of forcing something on 3rd down, how about him buying some time outside of the pocket, waiting for someone to come open, and when he did, he put it on him for a big play and a 1st down.
That'll give them 8 that time, and that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. In motion is the tight end Gates.
Cougar 19. Mustang 19.
Back to the ground, Peterson. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. Peterson. Diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point attempt here still to come. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Here we go.
The first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Nice upfield move there by Gerald McCoy, getting in there to make the stop. Off play action, it's Cunningham. And it's complete to Antonio Gates. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25.
Come on.
Inside handoff, Smith. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Miami. It's the Dolphins with the football as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Cunningham looking to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Warriors 70, 19 tight, 19 tight, Dragon 60.
Cunningham to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go over the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
On 4th down, Cunningham. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this defense is going to get the football back near midfield, right at the 48. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They run again on 1st down, Peterson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Gerald McCoy is so slippery and elusive in the interior of the defense. I don't care who has the assignment to block him. It usually ends up having to take at least 2. And most of the time, that's not enough either. Witness that tackle for loss.
He finds Smith out of the backfield. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Here is 3rd down and 4. McNabb. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. CeeDee Lamb, 36 yards. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point splits the uprights. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Well, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Antonio Gates, 70 yards. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And that one makes it 14-7. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. So for this offense, Charles, remember, drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute. But did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it. And afterwards, they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one. That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, here's Pat McAfee to kick it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with just under a minute to go, they might try to think about mounting a drive here if they can and get in the end zone. Could potentially tie this game up. Cunningham. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll be out right at the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down. Here's Cunningham. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
Buffalo 18, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Mustang 19.
Now Cunningham. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. Here's Cunningham from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. Lamb to return it. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
Here's McNabb. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. McNabb to throw. He'll fire deep downfield from Lamb. And that is incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
Out of the gun, McNabb. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, he tried to fit it in back over the middle, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the all-time interception king, Paul Krause. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done? Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 14. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Let's go now.
Now Cunningham. Short throw, hauled in, and it's a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. So they recover their own fumble. Now they face 3rd and short. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Cunningham. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards.
60 Bison. Here we go.
A first down carry for Smith. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Back to the ground. This time it's Peterson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now 3rd down and 7. Operating from the gun, Cunningham. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
Hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Lamb will go in motion. They try to fire up the run game with Adrian Peterson. He is out of bounds inside the 35. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. To throw, McNabb. Able to hit his target, Lamb. Down inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. CeeDee Lamb.
A city known for its incredible skyline, its nightlife and beaches, today centered around this venue, Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. Hello all, Kate Scott up here in the booth, and joining me as always, my partner, Brock Heward. All right, Brock, everyone hoping we see a competitive contest here, and both teams feel they can provide that.
Yeah, this should be a good one. I mean, we just stacked these two teams up. We've all done our homework. They've done a lot more practice time and film watching and everything else. But by all accounts, the numbers will tell you, the talent will tell you, we're going to have a competitive chess match, and I can't wait to watch it.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. First play is to the air. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So that brings up 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well-covered feed on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Pass play coming here. Ball in left side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him out in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Finally lets this one go deep left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. Trying to find his tight end. So it'll be 2nd down.
You know, there's not a lot of tight ends who are true weapons this far down the field. Not a lot of cover guys who can match up with them in terms of size. They tried to get it to him in a spot where he could win it. No connection to be made.
He's looking deep once again. Left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. Problem is, on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort, just couldn't quite find the execution.
3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Dropping back to throw. He sends this one to the end zone. And he got it. Interception. And the Dolphins will take over as this gets brought out to the 20-yard line.
Got it. Ready?
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
60 average. 60. There you go.
They'll come out throwing. His first throw is an interception. That's Julian Blackman. And the Ravens will be down inside the opposing 35 as they take over after that interception. Not the auspicious debut they'd certainly hoped for on that opening drive. The coverage impressive, taking their first possession away with that interception.
Hey, it is tough to play a clean game in this league. The caliber defenders are awesome. You just hope that eventual missteps happen at a less meaningful moment than your opening series. You don't want to make it any harder to get your rhythm and get your passing game going.
Connects on the crosser. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
19 tight. 19 tight. Dragon 60.
Working inside the red zone. Flush down out to his left. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens parlay the interception into points. Now the PAT try coming up. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Here comes Williams on the return. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. First and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Thrown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Thrown back, it's the handoff. Pushing for the red zone. And he will take it in. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get it down to a single point. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. The drive will start out with a first and 10.
Come on.
They'll throw it. Rolling left, buying some time. And the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along your route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. They're throwing it. Launches one deep downfield. He had it for all, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So they're left facing third and long.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Here he is on third and long. Forced out to his right. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Love that call, Brock. Going for the slant route, trying to move the chains, but the defense read it all the way. They had somebody right there ready to knock that ball out.
You know, if there's one thing consistent with you, Kate, you too love that.
I love that route, man.
You love the slant. I know. It's from your childhood of watching Jerry and Joe and the Niners do it
Yes,
so
sir.
well. But this defense, they knew what was coming.
Defender's there. It's
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Northern California and Levi's Stadium in the South Bay in Santa Clara, California. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson. We are about set for kickoff. Greg, talking to the coaches all week. We're so curious to see what's going to play out here at the start of this one.
And ideally, I think each of these teams is thinking, okay, we think this is how the game's going to unfold. This is our plan. This is how we're going to go attack. And if that's the case, great. But very rarely does that happen, Mike. So it's really the team that makes the best adjustments in real time, in between possessions, in between snaps. The team that adjusts the fastest and the most efficiently, they're the ones that come the end of the game, they tend to have the advantage.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Right to the air goes Young. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down. From the gun, it's Young. Short one there, caught by Kittle. They get 15 on that one.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays, throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4.
Ready.
Here's a first carry for their running back, and he'll get past the marker.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
This throw left side, caught by Kittle. This one goes for 17 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Ready. Ready. Let's go. Ready.
Young to throw on 1st and 10. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they're going to mark him inside the 10-yard line. There's a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal. Develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
Another one from the 5. 2nd down and goal.
Let's go now.
Out of the shotgun, Young. That is caught by the tight end, George Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Make them think about returning the football.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. An unbalanced look to the left here on first down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. And they will finally track him down inside the 40-yard line.
I think it's clear this is something this offense wants to major in, the ability to run the ball effectively against this defense. And after that big gain, you have to imagine they're going to come back to it and dare him to stop it.
Down, defense.
First and 10. He'll drop the throw. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter. We'll try again. It's second and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. He'll go down. They drop him for the sack on the final play of this first quarter. So backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. They'll look to throw. And the second time with a sack on this opening drive. And this one's going to be down inside the 20-yard line.
Bro, 52. Here we go.
Travel start on the ground. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on second and 2. Back to throw. Young. Will find his tight end. Kittle on the right side. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line.
Ready.
On first down is Young. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Blue striker. Come on, set.
To throw, Young. And that is incomplete. George Kittle was the intended target that time, and it'll be third down.
Ready.
Here's Young to throw. Now a deep ball here for Pollard. Wow, out of bounds inside the 20.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Young. He'll tuck it and take off.
It's a nice job here defensively. Down here tight, it's easy to be so concerned about stopping the pass that you lose sight as the quarterback when he decides to become a runner. Not the case here. Picks up a little positive yardage, sets up second and goal.
On the inside handoff. Let's give him a yard down to the 3-yard line. Third and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And this time he will work his way into the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel. Number 1, the traditional handles. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing.
Back to throw. Set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, but this guy might lose a little bit, Mike, as he gets...
We are about 40 miles or so south of Candlestick Point at a place that first opened back in 2014 as you get a look at Levi's Stadium here in Santa Clara, California. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Brown now to return it. This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Opening play, and Stroud will throw it. This pass out wide to Hall. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And Stroud now to throw. There's Hall bringing in another one. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's good for a first down, the second catch of the opening drive. Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, and really making something more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. Well, back foot throw there is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops and escape this drive.
Second and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Third down is the down. Both sides know they absolutely have to win. And the name of the game for the defense is pressure on the quarterback. But pressure on the quarterback with contact, that's how you end up winning it.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Looking there for Pitts, but intercepted. Picked off by the former 49er, Deion Sanders. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line. Offensively, a far from ideal start there with a pick on the opening drive.
Yeah, not exactly.
Call it Motown, call it the Motor City. To Lions fans, this is home. Ford Field in downtown Detroit. With Greg Olson, Mike Tirico up here in the booth. So glad that you are along with us. Greg got a couple offenses here that love to take their shots down the field, so the defenses really have their task right in front of them if they want to win this game.
Yeah, no question. I think as many of the matchups that we've dove into this entire week, it really comes down to which defense puts a lid on the opposing passing game and prevents as many big plays as possible. We see it week in and week out. The correlation between generating big plays, especially through the air, directly leads to the ability to score points. So make teams go the long way. You know, the defense, an old saying is, make them snap it again.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. Now a first down for the Alabama product, Najee Harris. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us. And right now, this defense has no answers.
Moss in motion. He's going to fight forward. Didn't get a whole lot. It's going to be enough to move the chains.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Come on, come on.
They'll run for the first time with their fullback. Not much happening there, just a short game. Here's a 2nd and 9. Vic gonna look to throw. Got his man, that's Grant. We'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. It sets up 4th down.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. And this one is picked off at Q2 Prince. And he's going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. So they make the decision on 4th down to try to go for it. Instead, it goes back the other way for a pick 6.
Yeah, and anytime you go for it on 4th down, you're saying, hey, we don't mind rolling the dice and taking some chances. In this case, it backfires. The defense is able to capitalize, and they take it all the way back the other way.
Extra point try forthcoming. He's got it. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 2. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Now, Vic. Oh, he puts another ball up for grabs, and this one's also intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Surtain.
Like, there's usually such a comfort level when the guy playing quarterback behind center is a veteran. They've...
Philadelphia is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field. Glad to have you all with us for another dose of NFL action. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here in the booth for you. And Brock, if the build-up to kickoff has been any indication this week, man, we're in store for a good one.
Yeah, we never have an NFL game without the two sides doing a little jawing in the days leading up to it. It's the game before the game. Any edge that you can create, and now, well, now's the time to kick it off, where you actually take care of business on the field, and you know that both sides are ready to go.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing on their first play. Catches made down the right sideline. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get this down to the 36.
You know you love some of my buzzwords, kid. I know you do. And this one was about real power. He got to rock a long way from the chains and put his teammates on his back for a heck of a run. And great try at that first down.
From the 36. He's got Smith. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Working quickly here. The shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, he'll throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice choke plays you like to see in the NFL game, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness.
And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Patrick Peterson. And the Eagles have an early opportunity after the interception on the game's first series. I don't know what to be impressed by most, Brock. How effortless he made it look to throw it that deep, or how effortless the cover man made it look to get that far down there and haul in the interception.
How about we just marvel at both of them? You call a deep pass like that again on the next play, it could go to the end zone. But this time, it is a takeover.
He's only able to power this forward for about 3 yards. Offense up to the line fast.
19 target, 19 touch.
Operating from the gun, Brissett. Makes the play in bounds left side. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. On the shotgun, Brissett. That's another quick hitter. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. The dose of the hurry-up offense here. Out of the gun, Henry. One through the tackle. He runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 29. Buys time, rolling right. He's got it at the 6. He's got it close to the goal line at the 1. All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. More Madden Ultimate Team action coming up on EA Sports.
Okay, break.
We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Eagles get the game's first points here in the second. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Eagles offense staying out there. They're going for 2.
Come on.
They'll try it on the ground. He'll get in. That gives him an 8-0 lead. Now is Dixon to kick this one away. Chooses to bring this one out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. Grimes starts out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They go right back to the air. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. They'll try and punch it in. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Offense in the hurry up here. On 2nd and 5 now. And this is going to be a Miami touchdown. The Dolphins can tie it up in the 2nd after cutting into the lead. It's plays like this that make him so well regarded across this league, Brock.
Such just a difference-making receiver, Kate. You expect him to be the target down here. You did, I did, the defenders did. What makes him a star is even when people know his number's being called, he still finds a way to deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins could have gone for 2 in the tie, but they choose to trail by 1. Things trim back down to a single-point Brock as they send this off and away. Fielded at the 7. He's brought down to end that return as we've reached our 2-minute warning. It's the 2-minute warning now from the link. It's the Eagles taking over on offense. On 1st down, it's Brissett. He misfired on that one. It's behind his man. Try and get it to Nico Collins. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. 2nd down. Here's Brissett again. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw. You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
And Brissett on 4th down. He's trying to push the field. He's got it deep downfield. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. The Eagles lined up here. They're trying for 2 once again.
Let's go now.
They'll try to run it in. And he is stopped. Wow, a bit surprising after he just burned this defense. But he doesn't make it across, and the 2-point try fails. On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And he won't opt to bring this one out. He's content to keep it in the end zone and start their drive at the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. It's another 1st down mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Eagles take possession down inside the 30 after the interception.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
Working quickly here.
Pass the 60. Pass the 60.
Off the play fake, Brissett. And he scores! It's a Philadelphia touchdown! The Eagles grow their lead just before halftime. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Now the Eagles will attempt another two-point conversion. Keeping it on the ground. And he's in for the score. It's 2 points, and their lead grows to 15. That's the third time they've gone for 2. They never saw a conversion, so you should have gotten all 3 of them.
Bingo! Any team that's willing to go for it expects to find success every single time.
The Ops not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play. Jarred loose, incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. He's going to throw this one.
We are about 15 miles north of downtown Miami. This is Hard Rock Stadium here in South Florida. So good to have you with us. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson, excited for this one. Partner, what are we looking at here as this game gets rolling?
I think this game is quite interesting in the fact, Mike, that I feel like before every week's matchup, we sit up here and we talk about quarterbacks in the passing game. And obviously, that is the direction the NFL has been headed for the last couple years. But in this matchup here today specifically, I think both these offenses want to flip that on its head. They want to control the clock, time management, ball control. Don't be afraid to punt the ball away and play defense. It's a little bit of an old school philosophy, but you have to do whatever it takes to win each matchup. And I think both of those formulas of these two teams are very similar.
And a strong start on the ground. He'll get 7 on the game's first play. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. He'll drop the throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of the game plan as the game unfolds.
16-yard pickup on that one. First down, Miami.
Over the last couple years, Mike, we've seen the trend in the NFL is that 3rd down has really become a passing down, but not here. Not for this team. They keep the ball on the ground. They're able to pick up a big gain. Fresh set of downs.
They'll come up here. 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. To the tight end, and he kicks it in on the corner route. Looking from the shotgun, he'll hand this one off. He'll be stopped after a short gain to about the 30. Aiden Hutchinson, the former first-rounder, in on the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Ready. Back to throw. Little short pass here. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. This man's early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
He'll go right and find his running back. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Ready, set.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
Get up. Back at 60. Come 19. Come 19.
He'll look to throw. He gets this into the hands of Green. And the offense are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better.
Good blocking, and he's in. Touchdown, Miami. And they get the 1st points of the game. What a way to start it, Greg. You get the ball. It's what you want to do. Settle into this game on top 6-0.
Mike, how often do we have coaches tell us the importance of playing with the lead? Well, they come take the ball right away on the first drive, all the way down there and strike first. And now the rest of the way, let's see how it plays out.
The extra point is up and through. The Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead.
Trial, I want to say they built them, they set it or something like that, right?
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. Set to go down on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Flutters to the ground, and it's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
So the defense comes out in a cover 2 shell. What that means, Mike, is the 2 safeties are going to split the field in half. One guy has one half, and the other guy has the other. There are abilities to get down the middle of the field, especially if you have speed. Really, where you can attack it is they don't waste enough guys to defend all the underneath zones, and if you run the right concepts with the right quarterback, you can pick them apart. So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own. Remember what they told us about leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first trip comes up and they fail through the air, and we have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And great coverage on special teams for market down inside the 5-yard line.
I mean, I think that argument, like, if I'm understanding what I just read to you, right, saying that he was not in his right mind because of drugs and alcohol, I think that argument is absolutely bogus. Like, it couldn't possibly use that as law, because all the people that are currently locked up.
They'll take in here on the ground. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Even if you play ready? You know what I'm doing? I don't know how to but I'll just
We are through 1. It's the Dolphins with the early lead. And we're back to South Florida after this.
Let me know in the comments how the two go. If you drink so loud, if you go in the jail now, you're going to drink. I don't know. Alcohol
They face second down and 7.
like a supermarket, which is why alcohol is like a Vegas. Alcohol, you try to not drink it if you could.
They'll look to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. And that is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that 1st down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up 4th down, and then they have to punt it away.
And he's going to lose yardage on this return. Tried to retreat, but is covered up. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. On play action, he's set up to throw. Open man, that's Amari Cooper. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. situations is you got to engage with the blocker, bottle it up, but then you have to get off the block, find the ball, and bring him down. That's exactly what they do. No gain.
He's going to have a Texans first down. Well, that was a tough couple of yards to pick up. They convert on 4th and 1.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew it was coming and still couldn't stop it.
To break the huddle, coming up now for 1st and 10. He just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw. He'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. So that'll set up 2nd down.
There's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys can get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment. He had no choice but to throw it away.
Intercepted. It's Christian Gonzalez. And the Dolphins are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bats outside, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll clock 24 seconds to go until halftime. Now, faking the give. That's caught by Jefferson on the right side. He'll get enough for here as he is taken down.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. The defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play. The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, there was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion.
Just the lone touchdown. That first half of action. 7-0 is our score. As we send you up to Orlando for a check-in with Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's all yours. Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see what the team's adjustments are. Pete Hibbins here. I think we're going to play a big role in who wins this one. Just that one touchdown on the board. 7-0 to score as the 3rd quarter begins. This will be returned from the 2. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
Can it be possible that she can be considered no game? You know what I'm saying? If you get from the game, or no more the game, but to do the time,
And now the first carry for Joe Mixon. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. We'll try to hit him with the screen.
This was slow developing on that screen play there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
What can we do here on 3rd down and 7? And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And it's going to bring up 4th down. The Texans getting all set to punt. He'll punt for the 2nd time after hitting a unit in his first effort. fair catch is taken back inside the 40. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll try to hand this one off. The workers ahead for 2, maybe 3. Kyle Hamilton, a former Notre Dame star, able to make the play. Second and 7.
Best thing about people thinking you're gay is not having to try to prove it. But he stopped this at 14, right? And he is now
And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. It was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase, what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play a man-to-man. That's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away. This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, like living in these third and long situations. Must pass is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate.
Jefferson.
More often than not in the NFL, games are won based on who wins critical downs. Well, that fourth down attempt right there was exactly that, and this defense came up huge for a big-time fourth down stop.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Second down. Here's a run, and here's Mixon. And he will have the first down. Not a huge run, but enough to move the chains. It's good for a Texans first down.
Well, after not having much success in the first half, we're able to get something going on the ground here to start the third quarter. I'd love to see the play caller mix in some play action, mix in some pass game. That should open up some of these holes for better situations.
And he's going to be taken down.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football. And I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, you stick that foot in the ground. Work to the quarterback, friendly to the ball.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. The extra point try forthcoming. He knocks it through. And the Texans will level things out at 7 apiece. We're all tied, 7 apiece. And the kick's away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line.
He said,
First and 10.
I gotta go back. He said,
Travis starts on the ground. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. He'll throw. That'll go. He'll get this into the hands of his running back. And he'll brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far, as we are through 3. This is Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports.
Since I admitted to the game, can I now use agate with an F? Yes, I bet. If you're using the word agate with an F,
A massive play here. Late, high game, third down. And he's going to be close to that first down. Looks like he made it past the yellow line. Yes, he did. It is indeed a first down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up with it.
They're going to work this down inside the 45.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so many because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. And that'll be a pickup of 3.
But in the same token, so JV said, you don't put me on that track with Marilyn Manson, right? Facing the sexual assault, right? I don't want to be on a track with that.
Here is 2nd and 7.
I'm sure.
They'll drop to throw. He'll get this completed. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game. As they approach midfield now, they've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker will be a hero.
Here comes 2nd down. They'll run.
I'm trying to tell them what black people need. Okay? They can listen to this.
Thing that black people want from Kanye is some sort of... But you're not even black. How you going to tell me what black people... Wait, time out. Stop. Wait a second. That's what you just said. He's aware of what black people want from them that they're not. Wait a second. Question. How crazy does it sound for a white man to tell a black man what black people want? I don't think it's important what race I am when I say that. I'm saying what I think from observing public discourse. I think that there's a level to which people are unhappy with Kanye, primarily because of the support of Donald Trump. I have a black man with a question. How is it okay for a white man to tell a black man, oh my God, what other black people want? If you want a real answer, that's not at all what I was doing. I wasn't talking about what a black man wants. I'm talking about what I see, what people want.